This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mokar Kwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity to USA Shalom. This is Brother Amawan from the GMS Charlotte camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makar Kodash. And pretty much in this lesson, I want to go into how Esau is afraid of the coming war that he has to fight, because he knows that Yahweh Shai is coming back and that he has no chance of defeating the Lord, all right, because the Lord is coming back with a host of angels, man, all right. The so-called UFOs that he has kept under wraps for all these years, the information of the chariots are finally being revealed, and what he's been telling you is that he's admitting that he has no idea on how to fight against these vehicles, because the technology that the chariots are operating with, Esau doesn't understand it, all right? And so this lesson, I pretty much just want to go into how these devils are afraid, man, all right? So this is, a quote from a speech that Ronald Reagan did in 1987, before all of the UN, okay? It says, perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. All right, this speech was made in 1987. So that right there lets you know that Esau already had knowledge that the UFOs, or so-called UFOs, but we know as the chariots of the Most High according to the scriptures, that they were real, okay? They were real, man, all right? And so this is, I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name, Mikhail Gorbachev, if that's how you say it. But anyways, he says, from the firehouse side, President Reagan suddenly said to me, what would you do if the United States were suddenly attacked by someone from outer space? Would you help us? I said, no doubt about it. He said, we too. Because all these heathen know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is coming back to destroy them, man. All right? In fact, let me get that real quick. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war. All right, and this is talking about when Yahweh Shai cracks them clouds, all right, and comes back with the host of heaven, okay, which are the UFOs, which are the chariots according to the Bible, man, all right. They call them UFOs, unidentified flying objects, because they don't know how to explain what those are, but we know that those are the chariots of the Most High, all right. So it says that the heaven will open up, all right, which means that's, like I said, Yahweh Shai cracking the clouds, man, all right, coming into the atmosphere, all right, entering Earth, man. And these devils know that this is coming because they have their NASA feeds, constantly live streaming 24/7, watching the outer heaven, which is the outer space, all right, and they see that it's a giant chariot making its way towards Earth, man. So they know that Yahweh Shai is coming, man. He is that white horse, all right. That white horse symbolic of pure power. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war, because Yahweh Shai is coming back to set the world aright, man. All right, because hey, he's about to take Esau and the other nations, out of power, man. All right, because he's coming to reclaim his throne, because this world belongs to him. So he's coming to reclaim his glory. So it says that he's coming back to do a judge and make war, because he's going to judge the world for all the wickedness that's being done in it. All right, and make war against all you wicked people, man. All right, specifically you Edomites and you other heathen, uh, uh Elam, Ishmael, all right, Ham, all you heathen, okay? The Lord's coming to make war with all you, man. All right? Because of what you've done to the nation of Israel and what you've done to the Lord's creation, which is the world. It says his eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, right? It said that his eyes were a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, right? Because Yahweh Shah is coming with war in his heart, man. All right, and it says that his head were many crowns because he's going to take all you other nations out of power, man. China, North Korea, Iran, Russia, all right, along with Babylon the Great, it's all going to fall when Yahweh Shah returns to reclaim his throne, in this earth, man. All right. It says, and he was clothed with the vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that it should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. All right. So it says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. And what's that army talking about, man? Yahweh Shai coming back with the angels, man. All right, the chariots. Okay. Let me get that real quick. All right, this is Psalms chapter 68, verse 17. It says, the chariots of the Most High, which are the so-called UFOs, or what they now deem UAPs, all right? It says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place, right? So Yahweh Shai, all right, is coming back deep as hell, all right, to wage war on Esau and the rest of you heathen, man, all right? So that's why these heathen, are afraid. This is why Esau is terrified, because these vehicles that Yahweh Shai is going to come back on and come with, all right. Esau literally has no way to fight against these beings, because they don't understand how the chariots operate, man. All right, they don't have any explanation to anything that they do, man, because this the technology that the Lord is coming back with, all right, it's out of this world, man. All right, and I want to play some videos to show you that Esau is afraid, man. Okay, so this is from the Elder Ashiar's channel. All right, hey, watch and subscribe and be edified. All right, Ashiar Yahweh Shah for the election 3. All right, this is one of his pages. But he did this video a year ago titled "The Chariots Have Repeatedly Shut Down America's Nuclear Capability." All right, because as I mentioned, Esau, all right, he knows that the chariots have been around for a long time, man. All right, because this video you see on the left-hand side of the screen, okay, this was taken, you know, uh, in 1952. And what do you see, man? You see the chariots, flying over. I'm not sure what building this is, man. All right. I don't know if that's the White House or what. But anyways, all right. The chariots are flying over, all right, this building in Washington D.C. in 1952. So why is it just now? Was it been like 2 years, I believe, since 2021, 2019? They've been talking about finally declassifying the information going about the so-called UFO sightings, man. All right, and they're trying to play it off like this is aliens, but they understand that those are angels in those ships, man. All right, it was an actual general, all right, that admitted that he saw the beings that got off those ships, man. He said they were very tall, dark skinned men with afros, man. All right. And he said that a 7 foot was being, mildly considerate. He said about 7 to 9 feet was being, considerate. All right. He said they were very tall, but he knows that those are the angels, all right, of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's in those ships. Now, describing, all right, what what that we're dealing with, speaking of Esau, all right, let's listen to him, speak.
For a long stonewalled this and lied to the public for a long time. So to finally see them admit, yes, we're taking it seriously, which I have known all along. Of course they have to study this. Unknown craft float over our nuclear missile bases, disarm the missiles. We have fighter jets go after them. They leave them in the dust. They can fly circles around our best technology. They mess with nuclear power plants, nuclear weapons, nuclear facilities like Los Alamos. It is a national security issue, and they have been paying attention to it. They just haven't been telling us. So for the New York
All right, so Esau's been keeping the people in the dark because they understand that the Most High, all right, has been visiting this place, man. All right, and they are terrified, man. Okay, they are truly terrified because the chariots, all right, are unexplainable to him, man. Okay, so let's go into that, man. All right, that fear that Esau has, man. All right, because this knowledge has been around, all right, for years, man. And he's just now speaking on it because we're at the end, man. All right. He can no longer deny what's going on. All right. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 5, verse 1. All right. Matter of fact, let me put that back in the screen, man. All right. Salakia. I'm trying something new out with this, keeping the videos on here. All right. So let's go into this. Is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "And I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? It says, And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 10 cubits. And he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth over the face of the earth, or the whole earth, right? So it said excuse me, it said that Zechariah, he saw a flying roll, the length of 20 cubits and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So going into the NLT real quick. All right, so you can get more clarity. Okay, this is Zechariah 5 and 2 in the NLT. It says, What do you see? The angel asked. It says, I see a flying roll. I replied, It appears to be about 30 feet long and 15 feet wide. So what? Zechariah saw a huge ship, man. Okay? And Yahushua, when he returns, all right, he's going to return on a huge chariot, man. All right? And matter of fact, they know this because Esau was constantly monitoring the heavens, man. As I just mentioned, man. All right, he has a live feed with NASA that streams 24 hours a day, looking at the chariots, man. Okay, that's coming. And he said in the video that showed that it was a giant ship that was making its way towards Earth, man. And I believe they said that ship was about 25 times the size of Earth. All right. So when that excuse me, when that ship returns, man, all right, it's gonna cover the whole sky, man. Everybody is gonna see when Yahweh Shai returns, man. All right. But not to get too far off, I'm gonna get into that. But in Zechariah 5, it says, verse 3, Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Right. So it says that the chariots are the curse that going forth over the face of the whole earth, because Hey, these chariots are the symbol of Esau's destruction of Babylon the Great destruction, man. Because these are going to be used to help destroy this place alongside the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. All right. So this is why Esau is afraid when he sees these ships, because ultimately, man, these heathen, all right, well, these devils, let me say it like this, these devils know about the scriptures, man. They know that that war in heaven is coming, all right. So this is why they've been preparing to fight against the Heavenly Father and His Son, all right, and the angels, all right. This is why you have the sixth branch in the military, which is known as the Space Force, because as that speech that Ronald Reagan gave, man, all right, they know that there's going to be a threat that's going to come from outer space, man, and it's not talking about no little green men, all right. It's talking about the angels, man. That's going to come with Yahweh Shai, man, as we read, all right. So continuing on, verse 4, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And the house of the thief is what? America. All right, Babylon the Great, the land, all right, where the Israelites were stolen and brought over here too, man. All right, to serve out captivity, and still are being held in captivity to this day. So this is the house of the thief, man. And the chariots have been visiting this place, man. And the sightings of the chariots are getting more and more clear. You're seeing more high-tech, high-def videos of the UFOs, so-called, all right, the chariots being shown, because with Esau, you know, and what he's revealing to the public, he's making it seem like, you know, they don't have, you know, real good footage of what they're seeing, man. All right, but hey, all you gotta do is just go on social media, man. It's all on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, man. Hey, people are getting high definition video footage of the chariots. You can see the windows in them. You can see all type of things in them, man. So they can no longer hide the fact that they know, you know, what's coming for them, man. All right. So like I said, let's go and listen to this devil, man. All right. Bring this back up, because it said
for a long time. So to finally see them admit, yes, we're taking it
Salaki.
seriously. These craft could do things that the Russians could not. One of the incidents was an ICBM base in the Ukraine. Colonel Sokolov says that a giant UFO appeared over this base. These are missiles that are trained to go to New York and Los Angeles. They're very serious stuff there. It's a very secure facility. Giant UFO appears over this base. It splits into pieces, and then it melds back apart, and it performs this dazzling display for a couple of hours. That base is on high alert, and all of a sudden the nuclear control facilities lights up like a Christmas tree, and whatever this thing was, it entered the launch control codes. The missiles were enabled, they start firing up, they're ready to go, and then poof, UFO goes away, the whole thing shuts down, it goes back to normal. Colonel Sokolov said he and his team sent there to investigate it. They took the machines apart, could not figure out what it had done, and he told me on camera, we think that they were sending us a message that these are your most powerful weapons, but we're not impressed. Same kind of thing happened here.
Okay, so this devil was pretty much exposing, all right, how the chariots were messing with Esau, man. All right, because you had the chariots over here in America, all right, pretty much messing with Esau. You have the chariots all over the world. This event that he's talking about happened in Russia, but these Americans, all right, and their military, they explained they had the same type of incident that happened with them, man. So this shows you that they've been conspiring with each other, all these nations, because they have all had incidents with the chariots, man. And they know that these chariots are going to come and fight against them, man. This is why the scriptures detail about how they're going to come together to fight against the Most High and His angels, man. All right? So let's go into the report that this general made from the American military, the Air Force, all right?
Tonight, former U.S. Air Force captain and nuclear missile crew commander Robert Salas. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Kennedy. Appreciate it.
So, in 1967, you saw a strange object take 10 Minutemen missiles offline. They were inoperable, and this thing was moving in a way that no human technology was at the time. Are you convinced that that was a UFO?
I'm convinced it was something that we can't explain. Was reported to me, and by the way, I was underground, locked in. I couldn't go upstairs and take a look at it because obviously we're controlling nuclear weapons. We can't do that sort of thing. At any rate, this object flew extremely fast, stopped on a dime, reversed course, made 90-degree turns, very much like what was reported by those tic-tac pilots of the Navy. And so there's no question in my mind. It made no engine noise. This was reported from the upstairs guard, so very unusual objects.
What was the explanation from the Air Force?
There was none. You mean at the time there was no explanation. We were ordered to sign non-disclosure statements.
And mind you, man, these devils are terrified because, as I keep mentioning, they don't know how to combat these ships, man. All right. So this is why they commanded their officers to pretty much sign NDAs. All right. They were never allowed to speak on this, and this is why you're just now hearing all these different military generals come out and speak about what the government has been hiding all these years, man, because Esau is afraid. All right. They know what's coming for them, man. All right. And so they're trying to hide this, and then pretty much lie to the public like it's aliens. No, man, these are the angels of the Most High that's about to come and bring judgment upon this place, man. All right.
Which we did, and for about 27 years I never spoke about it to anyone. Yes.
No, go ahead. I want to hear more. I'm at the edge of my seat.
Well, in 1994, I picked up a book called Above Top Secret, thought it was my incident, thought the Air Force had declassified it, and sent a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request to the Air Force, asking for documents about a particular missile shutdown situation. Didn't say anything about UFOs. And lo and behold, the Air Force declassified one of the two incidents. There were actually two incidents, one in March 16th, 1967, another March 24th, 67. That's the incident I was involved in. But at any rate, I started speaking openly at that point when I received documents from the Air Force, and I've been speaking now for over 25 years.
And I wish more people would speak about this because there is this idea that we have been visited by extraterrestrial societies who are hundreds of thousands of years advanced of us because they don't want human beings to destroy the earth, and they know that we are capable of that with these nuclear devices. Do you think they were coming to make sure that we didn't blow ourselves up?
Well,
no, man, the angels are coming to pretty much destroy you. All right. And it's not human beings, it's the devil, you so-called white people, man, that they're really the main threat to, all right? Because that's going to be the downfall of your kingdom, all right? That's going to be one of the causes that's going to help bring that forward, man, all right? Along with the ICBM nuclear missiles that's going to come, via World War III.
I don't know about making sure. It's certainly my opinion, and I'm just speculating, that the reason we've had such incidents, and there have been many. We discussed many today in our press conference, but there are many more that have been, people just aren't coming forward yet because we need open hearings, and they need some relief from the non-disclosure agreements they've made. But definitely they have shone a light on weapons storage areas. They've shone a light on missiles. They shut down my missiles, 10 of them, by simply upsetting our inertial navigation system of the missile. They did no damage. I want to emphasize that. They did no damage to the equipment.
Yep.
They simply shut them down, and they were brought back up on alert very quickly.
Robert, should people be worried?
Worried? I don't think that's the right word. I think people should take a serious interest in this subject. Now that the ODNI report has stated clearly
Yeah.
that there is something to this, it's not swamp gas. We have to take it seriously.
All right. So that just goes to show you, man. These devils, they're afraid, man. All right. They are terrified because they know that their destruction is imminent. So, as I said, well, as I read James 2:19, all right, let me go back to it. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble, right? So these Edomites, man, they know that they're not capable to really put up a good fight against the devil. But I mean, it's like against Yahweh Shai and the angels, but the Most High, all right, He is the one that's going to pretty much put that spirit on these heathen to fight, man. All right, let me get that real quick. Uh, Salaki, bear with me. I know it's in that chapter. I'm just trying to remember where it's at. So Salakia. Yep. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight." Right, because hey, the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man, the so-called Middle East, where World War III is going to be fought at, man. All right, all these nations are going to, be fighting each other. But when Yahweh Shai returns, man, they're going to turn, all right, from fighting each other and join forces to fight against the Most High, or like it, to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels, all right, and be destroyed, man. All right, because this space force, all right, that Esau was putting together is his, vain attempt on trying to take on Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. But as you heard that devil say, all right, a their most powerful weapon, which is those ICBM nuclear missiles, the angels literally disabled them, all right, with ease. So if that's your most powerful weapon, that shows you that you can't do anything against the chariots. And then he was breaking down about how they can't, understand how the chariots operate, man. How they can, fly at high speeds and make a turn on the dime without slowing down. All right, how they can just, go in the ocean and pop back up and just, enter and exit portals just on the dime, man. Hey, these chariots are otherworldly, man. They're outstanding compared to Esau's technology, man. He can't understand it, which shows you why he's afraid, man. Okay? Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and the horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not up unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. All right? Because that's what ultimately everybody thinks that America, is this great country because of the military. But as these chariots continually show Esau that, hey, you trusting in your military is going to be a dumb decision, because you can't do nothing against Yahweh Shai and his army, man. All right? Because like I said, man, Yahweh Shai is coming back deep, you know. In fact, let me get that real quick. All right, so your fighter jets, your aerial technology that you have stashed away, that you're not revealing to the public, because this is just me personally, saying this as a man, but I believe all these, fake um, UFO, Area 51 BS, man, those are all just his failed replicas of the chariots that's been showing, man, because their whole talk of UFO crashing. If the Most High has his angels, with these perfected ships, all right, you think that they're going to be having crash landings, man? All right, that shows you that Esau's a liar, man. You can't trust nothing this devil says, man. All right, but Salaki, I forgot my point. All right, so let me just go back to the Isaiah 31:1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." All right, and my point came back, Barakatah Yahweh Shemel Shah, in James 5. Because I said, Yahweh Shah is coming deep. All right, so this is James chapter 5, verse. Actually, I'm going to start at 1. All right, it says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your misery shall come down upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten." All right, because you rich men go into you elites. All right, it says, "Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you, man, because Yahweh Shah is about to tear you a new one." All right, so you're to be afraid, man. It says, "Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you," because you pretty much gotten rich off of the rape, robbery, and murder that you have committed against the whole world, man. Okay, it says that shall be a witness against you, because now you're going to have to pay up for the crime that you've done against the world, specifically against the Israelites, man. "And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have reaped treasure together for the last days," because when Yahweh Shah returns, you're gonna have to cough up all that you stole from the Israelites, man. All right, starting with the throne, man. It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth." All right, the Israelites that are here in captivity, pretty much being, ran into the ground, they're trying to destroy. Okay, we are crying out to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord hears our cries, man. It says, "And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth," and that's talking about the Lord of armies. All right, because like I said, man, Yahweh Shai is coming back deep. All right, because the angels, those are his army, and guess what? The ICBM nuclear missiles, man, that's a part of the Lord's army too, man. That's his armory, man. So when I say he's coming back deep, the Lord's coming back deep. But just dealing with the chariots, man. All right. If your nuclear technology can't do nothing against the chariots, then what really chance do you have of this fight that you're about to wage against Yahweh Shai, man? All right. So back in Isaiah 31 once again. It says, "Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help," man. Destruction to all you people that trust in Babylon the Great because of its military might. Okay? Because of anything that Babylon puts up, all right, as a means to try to put this delusion that they're the greatest country in the world, all right? Woe unto you that put your trust in Babylon, man. It says, "And stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many," right? Because one of the illusions that Babylon has put forth is that they have the greatest military on the earth, when that is shown to be, grossly untrue, pretty much. Because in their military now, man, all right, you have women and transformers on your front line, man. All right, they had to lower the requirements to pretty much allow people to join their military, man, because these people are become so weak. All right, you Babylonians, man. All right, so this military that you boast in, man, is actually pathetic, man. It says, "Because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." So this message is specifically aimed at you Jakes, man. All right, because you think that Esau was great because of his power, man, his military, man. All right, but that's nothing compared to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. It says, "Yet he is also wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity." Right. So Yahweh Shai is coming to wage war against Esau, all right, the house of the evildoers, and says against the help of them that work iniquity, which is a 2/3, and the other nations that have aligned with Esau, man. All right, because you Jakes that join Esau's military, man, you're gonna find yourself getting zapped by the chariots of the Most High too, man. You're gonna find yourself fighting against Yahweh Shai and the angels in the Middle East, man. It says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down, and they all shall fail together, right? Because hey, these weapons that Esau trusts in so much, man, they are nothing more than carnality, man. And what is carnal? What is anything carnal going to do against the spiritual power that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, is bringing to this earth, man. All right, because hey, Yahweh Shai is coming in His glory with that angelic body riding on that giant fathership, and then the angels, all right, and their chariots, man. All right, that's technology that's far superior to what Esau has, man. All right, so they're going to destroy this place with ease. For thus saith the Lord, it's like it. For thus have the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. When a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. Because as I read in Zechariah 5, all right, the chariots are coming to deliver, all right, the Israelites from the house of the thief, and also to destroy this place, man, which is why they're known as the curse that go forth over the whole earth, man, because they're a curse unto these heathen and to the wicked, all right, but their salvation for the elect, man, all right. So the Lord is coming down to fight for the elect, man. It says, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it, right? Because the angels are coming in formation, man. All right, they're coming in battle array formation to wage war against Babylon the Great, man. All right, and that's what Reagan was speaking on when he was talking about, unifying as mankind to fight against an outside threat, man. All right, because he knows, along with all the other presidents and all the other top, Edomites, what they're up against, man. It's like, yeah. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Right. All right. It says that war in heaven is not talking about Satan and his angels fighting against the Most High and his angels. No, the war in heaven is speaking about Esau and his Air Force. All right, his Space Force fighting against. All right, it says Michael and his angels. All right, Yahweh Shai is coming back with Michael, who is the archangel. All right, the angel of war. All right, the chief angel, and the rest of the angels to fight against the dragon, which is Babylon the Great, Esau the Edomites, man. All right, it says, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right, so Esau's military versus the Most High's military. It said it prevailed not, neither was their voice found anymore in heaven, man, because hey, they're gonna get completely wiped out. All right, when they try to fight against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. All right, and they know this, man, because like I said, they have yet to be able to explain on how the chariots operate. So if you can't figure out how they operate, how you gonna come up with a plan to fight them, man? All right, to destroy them. All right. Jeremiah 4:13, it says, behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled, right? Because hey, the chariots, they're gonna make light work of Esau, man. And Esau doesn't know what to do with him, man. All right, but like I said, the Most High is gonna put the spirit on these devils to fight against him. This is why he has this Space Force, getting ready, because they know that they're fighting an uphill battle, man. All right, they're going to be decimated, man. All right, it's going to be easy work for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because you devils, you've been puffed up into thinking that you're never going to be brought down. But hey, newsflash, man. All right, through that pride, you're going to be stomped. Okay, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, he's about to show you why he is the Most High, man. All right, Salakia. So I'm gonna read back in a little bit of Second Ezra 13, and I'm gonna close it because hey, the point really has been made. All right. This is Second Ezra 13:1, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right. So when this vision that Ezra seen, he said that he saw. It said there arose a wind from the sea and it moved all the waves thereof. Right. You have guys that teach that Yahweh Shah is gonna come out the ocean, okay, come out the sea. All right, the sea that this is talking about, man, is talking about the heavens, man, the Shemayim, man, the sky, man. All right. As I read earlier, he's gonna crack the sky with the host of angels to fight against Esau and his angels, man. All right, his air force. It says, and lo, I beheld, it's like, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right, because all the, as I believe I read in Revelation 1:7. All right, every eye shall see him, man. All right, so all the all the people that's fighting in World War III, they're gonna turn from fighting each other and see the chariots cover the clouds, man, cover the sky, man. Okay, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And what's that voice talking about, man? That concentrated fire, those laser beams that's gonna come out the chariots, like in that Independence Day scene, man. All right. It says it's gonna burn up all you people and turn you into powder, man. Okay, turn you to dust, man, like in War of the Worlds. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. All right, because these like I said, these are these different armies, all right, of the different nations, all right, that are gonna come together to fight against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. And that's Yahweh Shai, all right, riding on that giant chariot, that giant fathership, okay, that's going to cover the sky. And it says, and I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not, because that ship was so big, all right, you couldn't see where it began to end, because as it says, it's going to block out the whole sky, man, block out the sun. All right, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight, because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to put the spirit on these devils, all right, and you other heathen, to fight against the Most High and his angels, man. All right, will fight against Yahweh Shai and his angels. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with great violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid, right? Because that's the pretty much the end of what's going how World War III is going to end. All right, the Lord is going to evaporate all you people that's fighting, man. All right, all you soldiers are going to get blown to smithereens by that concentrated fire, man, by those laser beams, man. All right, and the Lord, it said he's not going to lift a finger, man. All right, the chariots is going to zap you to powder, man. All right, and this is why these devils are afraid, because they don't have any technology to fight against that, man. All right. So I'm gonna end it right there, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say Shalom.